Hey guys, here to add my thoughts to the 1D&D Druid changes, and overall, I'm not that impressed. My issue is that I think it disincentivizes Wildshape in any combat scenario, and granted, you're not necessarily using Wildshape if you're playing any other Druid except the Moon Druid, but this is such a kick in the pants to the Moon Druid, and overall, I feel like they lost a lot of what, to me, makes Wildshape pretty cool. Totally understand the intent of trying to simplify 1D&D or rather the Wildshape for new players in 1D&D, because they saw from data that the Druid is the least played class, and they attribute that to the complexity of Wildshape as written in 5th edition. But I just don't think this is the fix. I think that, giving up the HP bonuses, you're giving up your ability to cast spells. The Moon Druid can still cast abjuration spells, but those are basically just all healing spells if you look at the primal spell list, except for, I think, like, protection from energy and protection from poison. So overall, it's just not that useful as far as what you're able to do in it. And for the Moon Druid, you're giving up, your primary ability, which is spellcasting, all for, no additional hit points, a worse AC, and mediocre damage output. And that damage output doesn't really get much better the higher level you get. Elemental Strikes at 10th level, you get to add that additional d6, and then 2d6 starting at 17th level. But, you're definitely not going to be doing much damage. And also, I feel like it just lost a lot of the flavor. Like, part of Wildshape that made it cool was you could turn into a monkey and have the abilities of a monkey, or you could turn into a bear and have the abilities of a bear, or you could turn into a spider and have the abilities of a spider. And now you just have these sort of really blasé, blank stat blocks that, while simple and effective, are just meh. Now, I think that there could be some changes that would be made that would make it much better. First of all, I think that they should grant the Druid temporary HP, something between 5 to 10 times their Druid level when they use the Channel Nature ability. This would give them temp HP for the exchange of the use and actually make the Wildshape worth it, because if they're transforming and not gaining any hit points and lowering their armor class and losing the ability to cast spells, as a player, I'm probably never going to do it. The other thing I think they need to do is make the armor class equal to like 10 plus wisdom score for the base druid class, and then like 13 plus wisdom mod for the Moon Druid specifically. This means that your armor class can actually scale a little bit better. It makes for probably a 16 armor class maybe at level 1, and it'll go as high as 18, which is not bad in a Wildshape form. And when you combine that with all the hit points, it actually kind of makes it worth it. I'd also like to see all the stat blocks just made like a D8. I don't know why I get with Flyby in this form of the sky, they lower it down to a D4 because it's more about like maneuverability than it is damage output. But I'd at least like to see the damage output brought up a little bit. But anyway, those are some of my thoughts, and we'll see what happens.